What a solid performance from the lads. Well, I kind of contradicting myself because in yesterday's live stream, I kept on saying, I expect Tottenham to win, I expect Tottenham to win, I expect Tottenham to win, and then we won. And we played a really good match, a really solid match in the defensive section, a really solid match in the attacking section, and especially really solid in the midfielder section as well. And today, we're going to talk about yesterday's match. It is the typical match analysis. So we'll talk about yesterday's match, which was an entertaining match, was quite a high intensity match, which at the end ended just 1-0 to us, but still, it remained a very high intensity match, full of slide tackles, full of aggressive moments, and this leads me on to the first thing of this live stream, which is Christian Romero. You're an absolute ratbag. He getting Pellegrini by his neck, fouling Pellegrini just to get revenge in a friendly match. Christian Romero, you're a ratbag. And the reality is, you put him next to Smalling and he looks like an absolute chipmunk. At a point that he kept on being that savage yesterday that it made me want to laugh and made me want to call a doctor for him, because that's not normal behavior in a friendly match, especially you represent one of the biggest clubs in England, I guess, at least one of the clubs in England which I think this season will get top 3, and you perform in such a way in a friendly match is ridiculous. It's absolutely disgusting. It isn't even really ridiculous. It's disgusting. So that's the first thing which I wanted to emphasize. But who cares about that? Because they lost. And especially because, as I said before, you put him next to Smalling and he looks like a chipmunk. So that's the first thing I wanted to address. The second thing which I wanted to address is about the defense. Because yesterday, our defense played extremely well. We talked about in the Portugal tour how our defense was not great, and our only real defender was Smalling, and Ibanez and Mancini were real big question marks in Roma's defense. Yesterday, they managed to keep a clean sheet from Harry Kane, from Heung-min Son, from Kulusevski. Yes, it was a friendly match, but you see, if we step into the season keeping a clean sheet against Kane, Son, Kulusevski, and all of these players, we're giving a real good impression to other Serie A clubs, but especially to Mourinho himself. So really congratulations to the defense. One thing which I feel like I cracked the code when it comes to Roma's defense, because we've seen a pattern going on. And I was thinking about this yesterday night. If you really think about it, it's true. Our defense, when it comes to playing against big teams or in very important matches, plays really, really well. And I kind of asked myself, why is this possible? Technically it doesn't make sense. Wouldn't a defense play worse against a team who's better than you and in a match where you're feeling way more pressure? Well, our defense is a strange defense because Smalling always plays well, in my opinion. He's a staple in Roma's defense. But Ibanez, this discussion kind of revolves around Mancini and Ibanez. Mancini and Ibanez play extremely well in these matches against teams which are better than us, or in matches like finals, semi-finals of important competitions, because they kind of want to play in that way. When we play against a team which is worse than us at the start of the match, so against a team which you come into the stadium and you go I've won. Realistically speaking, they're trash, I've won. And this happened against Ascoli in the friendly match. This happened against Nice, where we drew 1-1 and we were clearly better than them. This happened many times against low-scoring relegation sides in the Serie A last season. Well, the defense plays worse against these teams because they step in and they don't perform well because they think they automatically win. And this is why, in these matches, our defense steps up 10 times better. Yesterday, Mancini, Ibanez and Smalling, to me, looked like the best trio in the world. But I bet you that if today we played against Venezia, for example, we would have conceded a goal. Because our defense would go I want to go home. You know, this is too easy for me. And then what happens? You lose. So this season, something which Mourinho really needs to tell the defenders, something really important which needs to emphasize, is consistency. And never bloody say you won before a match ends. Consistency is important. Because if our defense is consistent, then Ibanez looks like a masterclass of a defender. Smalling looks like prime Smodini, and Mancini looks like prime Sergio Ramos. So the situation is really simple here. In top quality matches against top quality teams, our defense plays extremely well. They do feel the pressure, but they kind of want to win against the pressure. So I really like how the defense plays, and I think with a few more investments in the defensive section, and with a bit more of a concept of consistency, I think next season our defense won't have too many problems. And you know, last season in the Serie A we kept 15 clean sheets, which is a good record. This season, let's keep even more, because we can keep even more. Our defense isn't crap. Our defense isn't bad because the defenders are bad. Yes, they do make some floppy mistakes sometimes, but that's the nature of a human being. Mistakes happen. What really needs to be emphasized is the lack of concentration in our defenders, because our three defenders are good defenders. It's all about that, and that kind of is a valid discussion to talk about a lot of players in our team, not just defenders. So this is the defensive side of this match analysis. Really good performance from the defense. Let's move on to the attacking side, because obviously it was the first time that we saw Dybala next to Tammy, next to Zaniolo, and potentially next to Pellegrini as well. However, Pellegrini was put in a deeper position next to Cristante, which I assume is the position that Gini Wijnaldum will take when he comes in. By the way, speaking about Gini, an agreement has apparently been found this morning, so later tonight, if we have more updates, I will go live. But I think the lineup with Gini is basically this one, but Cristante on the bench and Gini in the middle. That is my opinion. Our attacking side, I think it was, as I said before, it was a real good balance between the defense and the attack. Dybala really makes you understand the concept of creativity. You can see that we've bought a player who knows how to play with the ball, who loves a good old touch, who loves a good old taking a risk. And this is extremely important, and this is exactly what I want to talk about Dybala. Massive congratulations to Dybala. Obviously became a Euro player last weekend, had 1 week only to get to know the teammates, play, started today, very good match, provided an assist to Ibanez on the corner kick, which then bullet-headed in. Really good performance from Dybala. Obviously, I would have loved to see him play 90 minutes, but his physical conditions don't allow him to do so. And we have another friendly match the 7th of August, so he will have another chance then to prepare the best way possible for the start of the season. Dybala knows, and you know that Dybala knows what creativity means, what playing with the ball means, because he takes risks. Last season, there was a part of the season, not towards the end, towards the middle, after that Juventus defeat, which was kind of our biggest roller coaster drop last season. You could see that the team, at a certain stage of the season, really didn't know what to do. And all you could see in a football match was Cristante passing it back to Mancini, passing it to Smalling, passing it wide to Zalewski, passing it back to Ibanez. Just back passes, slow passes, what the hell am I doing situations, what the hell am I even living for? That is what we saw at a certain point last season. Dybala is the player who pulls out something from his magic hat and creates it and wins the match. Now, I'm not saying that the assist he gave is one of those, but we've seen so many passes, so many dribbles that yesterday Dybala did that basically defined the risk. Dybala loves taking a risk, and at the end of the day, that's what we love to see. Because if you don't take risks, if you always play with back passes, it's going to be hard to find goals, especially against teams which park the bus, who are fighting for relegation. And last season, we found so many difficulties against them. Dybala is the player that we needed for those kind of matches, because he's the player who is a magician. He's got a magic hat, and around the 70th minute, 60th minute of the match, if it's still blocked 0-0, he pulls something out of his magic hat and makes it happen. Either it's a really good pass to Tammy, which he then puts in. Either it's a masterclass of a free kick. Either it's a dribble which sends away two defenders, leaves a gap, and he either scores or passes the ball. It's something like that. And I love that about Dybala, and that is the player we needed. Yes, Mkhitaryan kind of did so, but if you compare Mkhitaryan and Dybala, there is no comparison when it comes to touch. You know, Dybala is someone who loves playing with the ball. Mkhitaryan was so, but Mkhitaryan did make some insecurity mistakes. Dybala, to me, gives me the impression that if he has the ball, nothing bad can happen. He's got the ball, he's like Kevin De Bruyne. He's got the ball, he's locked it in his feet, no one can pull it out of him. Yes, that is a discussion to make about Leo Messi, and that is the only exception in the world of football, but Dybala gives me those vibes as well. So really good from Dybala, really good performance from Zaniolo as well. In fact, out of the three attackers, I think Tammy was the worst yesterday, and Dybala was the best, and Zaniolo was the second to best. A really good performance from Zaniolo, kind of gave a lot of, kind of, in a way, kind of ran forward to pull the team in the attacking section, because obviously yesterday we found the goal, and it was a similar match to the Conference League final. We found the goal, then we kind of parked the bus, tried to score others, but didn't really manage to, and Tottenham kind of attacked, just like Feyenoord did. Zaniolo was good yesterday because in those moments where we needed a breather and therefore the team had to go in the attacking section, Zaniolo ran, and that pulled the entire team in the attacking section. So really good performance from Zaniolo. Tammy, I think, you see, yes, up to now, in all these friendly matches, he never scored. But I think in these friendly matches, he has provided more for the team than scoring for himself. Obviously, he's a striker, he needs to score. But this doesn't mean that I would say that Tammy Abraham's preseason was a failure. Let's not forget, that in the Portugal preseason, Tammy basically never got a chance because Mourinho wanted to try Shomurodov, wanted to try Felix, and at the end of that tour, you know, he wasn't surprised, and therefore he left Shomurodov out of the squad list. So Tammy didn't get many chances in this preseason, just because I think Mourinho knows that he knows how to score. And the reason why we're not seeing him score in these matches is because he's been still for quite a long while, and he needs to get...
È venuto a cercare quello grande.
Okay, ora vengo. And he needs to... Sorry about that. And he needs to be... He kind of needs to get readapted back again, which is totally normal. It's totally natural. So that is not something which I'm worried about, Tammy. That is something which he'll resolve by himself by playing back-to-back matches and all of that. One thing which I need to say, which I think is one of the best notes of yesterday's friendly match, is someone called Nikola Zalewski. Zalewski is unbelievable. Zalewski is insane. For someone of his age, he does things that are exceptional. I cannot put a full complete sentence to describe Zalewski. He is unreal. I'm going to say one thing, which is a very hard thing to say, because him and Spinazzola are two unbelievable players. Zalewski's young, and he's gonna obviously have difficult periods in his career, because it's impossible for a footballer to always have a roller coaster which never has drops. Zalewski will have difficult moments in his careers where he will feel a lot of pressure and all of these matches. And so will Spinazzola. Right now, what Zalewski is doing is something to keep really precious. Because what Zalewski creates in every match is unbelievable. And if I was Mourinho right now, in these matches coming towards the start of the season, I would start Zalewski over Spinazzola just because he's living one of these career moments that he's never gonna live ever again. And we need to keep this special. Spinazzola and Zalewski are unbelievable players. Both are amazing. And one of the things which will be the hardest things to do for Jose this season is to choose one between two. How I think the situation will evolve is that Zalewski plays one, Spinazzola plays one. Zalewski plays one, Spinazzola plays one. But right now, I think Zalewski is, I'm gonna throw it out there, the most on-form player, the most fit player in this team. And it's a big statement, but for his age and for what he does, it's something spectacular. It is spectacular. So I can't describe Zalewski enough. I really can't. It's amazing. And then the last thing which I will say, Cristante yesterday played pretty well, I'll be honest with you. I was surprised. He had to deal with very fast players under the likes of Kulusevski's son, Kane as well, with the experience he has. Cristante played well, and Pellegrini played in a deeper position. He was good as well. Obviously, I think Pellegrini will switch. If in a match Zaniolo or Dybala doesn't play, then I think Pellegrini will switch back onwards. But I think to have Zaniolo, Dybala, Tammy and Pellegrini play all together, I think Pellegrini will have to adapt to this new position, and I think next to him will be Gini Wijnaldum, and Cristante will be a massive, really good squad player, rotational player. So I like both of them. They were very aggressive. Pellegrini had to deal with the ridiculousy of Romero yesterday. He was the big target for Romero, but he dealt with in a wonderful way as the captain. So really good, a really good performance. No one was expecting this, and this is what Roma loves to do, pulling out upsets against teams which everyone looks like and goes, oh, Tottenham will definitely batter this team. And I think if we can keep this match as a profile match, as a match to look back to over the course of the season, add a few new players which will come in, such as Wijnaldum, such a new defender, such as Tammy's backup striker, I think we can really point high. And I love saying this, I love optimism, but you can definitely tell one thing, which is the special thing, the most special thing of this team is the concept of family. We've discussed this after the Conference League. We've discussed this during the Conference League. It's the family which defines this team. It's the family which models this team. And it's the empathy which Mourinho has created. Because, realistically speaking, Mourinho, after that 6-1 defeat against Bodo Glimt, proudly said to everyone in this team, you are shit. And after that reaction, something happened in these players that made them want to fight, made them want to win, and made them realize that situations couldn't be like this. They could not lose 6-1 to a Norwegian team. After that 6-1 defeat, and after that 4-3 defeat against Juventus, things have changed in this team. Now, I'm not saying that we will win every single match this season, but it will be a really good season because the players know each other really well. They know the manager really well, but especially the manager knows these players really well. The last thing which I'll say is talk about substitutions. Obviously, we didn't have many substitutions yesterday. We had Bove in. We had... who did we have? Let me get my phone. Actually, I don't have my phone. Let's see on Google. We had Bove in for sure. We had Spinazzola for Zalewski, who got out for a little injury. Not massive, not anything big, just precautions. So we had Matic in for Pellegrini. Matic as well brought a lot of experience in that match. Cilic in for Karsdorp. Spinazzola in for Zalewski, who got a slight injury. Bove in for Zaniolo, and El Shaarawy in for Dybala. So not many substitutions, not a few substitutions. Really good match. Really impressed. Let's keep this form. We've got 2 weeks until the start of the Serie A. Work hard, train hard, get to know each other really well. A few players will come in, so make them feel as at home. Now we've got the last friendly match at home in front of 40,000 fans against Shakhtar Donetsk. The Olympico is more than a friendly match. It's more of a say no to war match. But obviously it's gonna be less intensity, lower intensity than this. But it's a friendly match, so obviously let's hope that the team plays well, wins, and after that the Serie A starts, ladies and gentlemen. And up to now, I'd say it's looking pretty good. So I'll catch you soon. If you haven't already, make sure to smash the subscribe button. Let's try and get 5,000 subscribers by the start of the season. Would be absolutely amazing. And I'm filming a massive, I need to plan things, but I'm planning to film a massive 5K special series. Not one video, series, which will go out as soon as we reach 5,000 subscribers. So if you haven't already, share the link with your families and friends. Smash the like button in this video and comment in the comments your small match reaction when it comes to this match. I'll be very curious to read and respond to all of your comments. And also follow me on Instagram over there in the orange box, or at Simon Lowerscore, ASR Lowerscore. And I will potentially catch you tonight if we have the final confirmed deal when it comes to Wijnaldum. Apparently the two sides have found an agreement. Genie Wijnaldum, la 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 la. Genie Wijnaldum. And Romero, you are an absolute chipmunk. Simon, out.